One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Lineage. Data plus feelings. Only 30% of businesses survive into the second generation, and only 25% of all businesses have a stated, written, and formal succession plan. What a week. Let's start here. My oldest daughter saw me speak for the first time ever. My two young protégés saw me speak for the first time ever. It was their first time at an industry event as well, and I spoke to my parents after years of not. I will not be saying more on that one. One of my stated goals for the year was to have my oldest daughter travel with me, see me do the things I do, and witness what I witness when I travel. The humans, the education, the friendship, and the community. And boy, did she. I picked one of my favorite events of the year, a friend's hand-curated retreat made up of his choice clients, deep core value matches. Most of the board of directors of the PCA was there in support. We started the adventure with a flight to Detroit to see my friend who owns a 100-human res repaint outfit, met his people, his amazing business manager, and got a facility tour. I know of his operation, but like all things, seeing it in person really adds depth. Standing in his building made it all make sense. My two young protégés have never seen another painting business. That gave them something to shoot for. We then embarked on an 8-hour road trip to tropical St. Louis for the event. We didn't have to do the drive. That was just for the love of the game. 8 hours of uninterrupted time with one of the most influential humans in the industry, and my daughter and protégés could just soak it in. Settled in our hotel, I briefed my team on the week's events. Down in the lobby the first night, my friends and colleagues slowly trickled in, each greeting my team with hugs and so much kindness. We had some drinks and a whole bunch of great conversation. Fitness with my daughter the next morning in the hotel gym. Then the retreat was underway with a sports performance coach leading a vision exercise. I glanced down at my daughter's notes. The question, 1 year from now, what does success look like? She wrote 3 things. The last being, starting Dad's company. She's made overtures towards that, but I've not seen it written before. I think you all know how that made me feel. Same goes for my protégés. They did all of the visioning activities, leaned in hard, and people grabbed them and made them feel at home. In fact, they were pressing them for operations and marketing info in the time between sessions and the evening activities. All of the training, accountability, and teaching of strategy, concepts, and principles, not just answering their questions, had paid off. They were now part of this thing that I've been doing for a decade. I found myself sitting back in my chair and observing it happen in real time. Deeply satisfied and even more excited for the future. My family experiences events like this as Dad's not here. My company, the boss isn't here. But from my point of view, although I'm absent, I witness deepening friendships, knowledge gathering, perspective calibration, and my version of a sports game, constantly pushing myself to create better education, present it in a more compelling way, and to sharpen my sword as a servant leader. I tested out a new form of presentation. My harshest critic, and basically an adopted aunt to my daughter, Margaret Kuiper, told me it was my best presentation ever. I've been practicing for this occasion for a decade. When the biggest game of my life was on the line, I came through, especially for my people. This week will be the catalyst for decades of interesting things to come. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.